We are in Avalon, Catalina Island, and for the next 5 days we're going to be backpacking the Trans-Catalina Trail, which is 38.5 miles long. It's going to be a family backpack. Me, Daria, and Stefan heading out on the trail together. Stefan is sitting on the buffalo right outside the trailhead. This is the official start of the Trans-Catalina Trail, mile 0. From here we're going to walk 1.5 miles to the campground. We are just arriving at Hermit Gulch campground. We have a tent cabin, number 6. So, getting ready to set things up here on day 1. So we're just getting ready for bed here at the end of day 1. Today we only hiked 1.5 miles from Avalon to Hermit Gulch campground, and we're staying here in our tent cabin. See, it's very nice. We've got beds, plenty of space for our stuff. We'll stay warm. Really glad we reserved this spot for tonight. So really tomorrow the real hike will begin. It's been fun to get ready for the Trans-Catalina Trail with an easy day 1. Good night, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2. We're about to start a longer portion of the Trans-Catalina Trail. We're going to be hiking from Hermit Gulch to Blackjack, about 9.2 miles. And we're going to start out with a huge elevation climb. That's going to be well over 1,000 feet of elevation. So you probably noticed that we used Catalina Backcountry gear hauling service to haul our heavy backpacks. So we're actually going to be slack packing for the next few days to make it easier on the family. So let's get this hike started. One of the first things I'm noticing is that the hillsides are covered with a lot of cactus. So we just turned an early switchback here. We are already starting to have some nice views. And as we head up the trail, notice all the greenery, the green grass. Because we're here in late February, the island is lush and green, which to me makes it a lot prettier. Here's a neat view looking back down at Hermit Gulch campground as we continue climbing up the mountain. So Stefan and I were looking ahead, and way up in the middle of the video, that little pointy peak, we could see the trail and hikers passing just below that. So that's where we're headed. We've now reached the 1,000 foot elevation point, which means we've gained about 700 feet in elevation today. And the views looking back into Avalon Harbor are incredible. We can even see the casino building. There's a raven. Nice panoramic. You could see the trail we hiked up there, some fire breaks, and looking back into Avalon. and we're almost to this ridge. We're just passing mile marker 3 on the Trans-Catalina Trail. Every mile is marked by a mile marker, so it's easy to keep track of progress. Just got to another panoramic spot. You can see more of the harbor, the full golf course, and now our first view of the ocean on the other side of Catalina. Here's our first view off to the left. If you can see the high point, that is Mount Orizaba at 2,102 feet, is the highest peak on Catalina Island. Just came up on this beautiful spot overlooking Avalon. I think this is the best view I've seen yet. Just incredible looking down at it from this high elevation. Looking ahead, that's the Wrigley Reservoir. It's dried up, but beyond the reservoir you can see the mainland. It's a very clear day. Great views here on Catalina Island looking toward the mainland. We are approaching a buffalo gate. See the fencing here. Wanted to comment once again, notice how green everything is. So pretty this time of year. Definitely happy we're hiking it here in late February. Stopping to take a short break here at the Hay Press Reservoir. Stefan's going to play at the playground, and we're going to take our first extended break of the day. Warning sign about bison right here. We just passed mile marker 6, and I just wanted to show you, see the trail on the right, road on the left, how right now the trail is paralleling the road just above it. Little picnic shelter. Wanted to check out the view here from this spot. Quite windy this afternoon. Haven't seen any foxes yet, but we know they're here. There's our group up ahead, Jared, Daria, and Stefan. Looks like the trail turns to the right and heads towards that ridge right there. Well, it started raining here. Just a couple miles left in our hike. Got our rain gear on, but it's raining quite hard and so windy. We're continuing to hike in the rain. You can see up ahead, Daria and Stefan have ponchos on. I've got my rain jacket. sun has come back out, the rain has stopped as we're heading down into another valley here. That was quite the interesting experience for the family, backpacking in rain for the first time, but we got through it. Passing through a little shelter from the wind, some pretty cactus and small trees and bushes. Sunshine sure feels good after that rainstorm. And here is mile marker 8. And I think that means we have 2.7 more miles to camp at Blackjack. Some pretty flowers along the route. So we're just climbing out of this valley. This is the first of the 2 giant valleys we go down and up. We're leaving that big valley behind, crossing over a little saddle here. Lots of green grass. Such pretty scenery ahead, even as we battle the wind. So we're heading down into our second big valley, and ahead of us is Cape Canyon Reservoir. That cone-shaped peak to the right is Blackjack Mountain. This was the perfect rest spot. Block the wind for us. There's actually a nice tree above it. If it's a hot sunny day, somebody could cool off there. Just real pretty through this area. These trees, the green grass. Love this scenery along the hike today. Just approaching the Cape Canyon Reservoir. See it right here. There's a look at the current weather. It's been a mix of sunshine and clouds all day. Blackjack Mountain is that summit up there to the right. Very close to camp now. What I like about camp, you can see all the trees up ahead, but also to the left, Mount Orizaba. So made a couple meals already. Chicken noodle casserole and coconut chicken curry. And then for me right now I'm making buffalo style chicken mac and cheese. Morning everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the Trans-Catalina Trail. Last night was rainy, windy, rough night, but we got through it and there's no more rain in the forecast. So we're moving on to our hike today. We're leaving Blackjack Campground, heading for the airport in the sky, which is about 2 miles away, and then on to Little Harbor, which will be our camp for tonight. We have some new views that we're seeing this morning. So to get to the airport in the sky, we need to drop down another big valley and then back up the other side.
Hey everyone, we just passed mile marker 12.
Almost to the airport. That's good. Well, we've left the airport and time to get back on the trail. So we're heading down toward that small lake. This is labeled as the Buffalo Springs Reservoirs. There goes a plane.
There's a plane.
Just left the airport in the sky. And just below, the Buffalo Springs Reservoir, which is currently being used by a lot of ducks. Here's the other Buffalo Springs Reservoir. And nice picnic shelter right here. Take a break for a moment. A new view has opened up to us looking off to the west at the northern coastline of Catalina Island. So pretty. Looking off to my left there, I think that is Cottonwood Canyon, the name of the canyon flowing down toward the water. Looks like we're finally turning off the road, back onto our own trail. We reached a real pretty spot on the trail. This is the view to our right. And this is the view off to our left. As you can see, the landscape is all green everywhere, hills as far as you can see. And you know, most of the year the landscape is actually brown, but it does turn green late winter, early spring after rains. We've come up on a ridge, and I think this is the most impressive view so far. Straight in the middle right there is Little Harbor, the campground we're heading to. That's the trail we just came down, and Stefan just called this spot the best view ever, so I'm actually going to show you an entire 360. So we just passed mile marker 17, which means we're 1.9 miles from Little Harbor, from the campground there. Getting real close. This last hour has been the most beautiful on the trail so far, in my opinion. Looking down at Little Harbor, we're almost to our campground. It looks stunning from up here. The water's calm in that little cove. Can't wait to get down there. And we have arrived. Little Harbor Campground. Passing by a few of the campsites as we look for ours. And here's what our campsite looks like. Campsite 12. A couple of picnic tables, a fire pit, sun shelter, and the beach. You've heard of a bear locker. This is a raven and fox box to keep those two creatures away from our food. Well, we've got our tent set up. Let's take a look here. Stefan, you're in the tent?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Stefan. How's it going in here?
Warm.
And here's the view looking out from inside our tent. The beach is just steps away here at Little Harbor. Just enjoyed a beautiful sunset here at Little Harbor with our campground right on the beach. It was a very nice day of hiking here on day 3 as we went from Blackjack to the airport in the sky down to Little Harbor. So that's about it for day 3. Good night, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of the Trans-Catalina Trail. We have some really beautiful weather this morning. It's going to be a gorgeous day of hiking. We're starting out here at Little Harbor, which you can see behind me, the beach and the campground. And we're going to be heading for 2 harbors. A little over 5 miles today. So we're going to cook some breakfast and get on the trail. We are officially back on the trail again. We're passing mile marker 19. Beginning our long climb uphill. Here's an area of some erosion. Some colorful rock in there. We're starting to see some choyas on the trail. Look how big this one is. Show Stefan for the size comparison. Fairly big. An incredible viewpoint right here looking toward the south side of 2 harbors, and there's a sailboat. And all along the coast back to Little Harbor where we were camping last night. This is our view off to the right. A different angle of Mount Orizaba and Blackjack Mountain. Now looking ahead, you can see the trail. It's going to wind up and climb to those 2 bumps, those 2 peaks. We're getting close to the top. I just want to take a moment to show the view. Just climbed up that right there. So spectacular. So it's warmed up quite a bit here on day 4. Lizards are out everywhere, down to shorts and t-shirt. And we're only doing 5.3 miles here, so we're almost to the summit, and then we'll check out the views before heading down to 2 harbors. There's the picnic shelter over there. Daria is just reaching it. She's hiking a little bit ahead of me and Stefan. We'll be there in about 5 minutes or so. Well, we made it up to the shelter. You can see the trail right there as it winds up from below. That was quite the climb. Wow, what an incredible view looking over toward the western side of Catalina Island. The viewpoint is amazing. Steep drop off to our left. .22.
Yep.
So that's the trail we just came down, some steep downhill. This may be the last time we see this beautiful valley right here. So up on the trail, we've finally seen our first bison or buffalo, just grazing on the green grass. And we're not supposed to pass the trail, of course, right next to them, or it could become a dangerous situation. So we're just gonna enjoy watching them from a distance for a little bit. See the buffalo there grazing. We're trying to work our way around because he's on the trail. He's grazing right on the trail. We have to be very careful through here. Well, we circled around the buffalo, very wide loop, and we're back on the trail. You can see in the distance the buffalo is moving up the trail. He's walking directly on it. So we did the right thing, played it safe. We're heading downhill on this road, and you can see two harbors down below us. So right here we have a great view of the south side of Two Harbors. You can see a lot of sailboats out there in the water. Very pretty right here. We are finally arriving in Two Harbors, just past a park. Pretty tree-lined street we're walking down toward the water. There's Stefan resting. He's a bit tired out after the hard hike today. So we've arrived here in Two Harbors. We're walking over to the campground, short distance from town. We are tent cabin 11, so looks like it's just over this way. Okay, we are here. We got this tent cabin for the night. Looks a lot like the first one. Here's the inside of our tent cabin. Not really unpacked yet, but getting situated and gonna head down for showers and dinner. There's Daria enjoying the view. Well, we just used the showers here. Getting to Two Harbors, feel a lot better after being cleaned up. Time to head to dinner now. Let's see what's on the menu for tonight. Okay, just leaving the restaurant. Got 3 satisfied customers. Good morning everyone, welcome to day 5 of the Trans-Catalina Trail. Today we have quite a challenge ahead of us. We're going to do 6.6 miles from here at Two Harbors to Parsons Landing, but we have to climb 1,800 feet in elevation to start the day. So we're back on the trail, leaving Two Harbors, and you can see the playground there behind. There's our trailhead, and we head this way toward the water. As we depart Two Harbors, check out how green everything is around here. Well, we've begun our steep climb, and we're basically hiking up a road. Dump truck just passed us with some construction going on down below. There's Stefan after we just climbed about 400 feet in elevation. Taking a break there. And another bison warning sign, general warning sign, and a gate that we passed through. Well, the climb has gotten very steep. We're at 750 feet in elevation, so we're just taking it slow. A very steep climb, very challenging this part. Here's an awesome view at 1150 feet in elevation. Continuing our steep climb. This is a neat section of trail here. Look at that. Those pretty hills to the left. Come over the trail and you can look right over the other side toward the mainland and looking back toward Two Harbors and the eastern half of the island. Right out there in the ocean, there's a really good clear view today of San Clemente Island. Looking down below there, looks like there's some slot canyons almost, as well as like some mud formations. Such an incredible view now looking toward the eastern side of the island. Well, we pretty much reached the top, and looks like there's a gentle walk ahead and another new great view off to the left. We came around a bend and we can see, looking here toward the western end of Catalina Island. This may be our best view looking west before we start heading rapidly downhill. The view off to the left, and this is actually the spot where the trail turns to the right. You can see Starlight Beach is out that way at the western end of the island. Another nice picnic shelter place to take a break. Just looking out here to the north or northwest, we counted 37 sailboats. We're now heading down Fence Line Road. Gonna take a look at the terrain ahead. Oh, it really drops off. Now this is just terribly steep. Daria and Stefan actually didn't feel comfortable going down this, so they're using a bypass on the grass. But I'm giving it a try just to check it out. This is where hiking poles do come in handy. More or less greenery. And this is what I just came down. Very steep. And more steepness to come. Not sure if you can see Daria and Stefan along the ridge over there using their bypass. Just noticed as we're rounding this bend, there's some pine trees. The first pine trees I've seen on the hike. As we head into another steep downhill section. Looking out at the water through the trees there, you can see the sailboats all heading for the western end of Catalina Island. Be careful, this is extremely steep. Stefan's starting what looks like one final super steep section. So we head down to Parsons Beach, which is right down there. Just reaching another junction in the trail, and right here we're going to be turning left. See Parsons directly below us, just about 10 minutes or so away. So right through this area with these green meadows, been seeing a lot of the foxes. Just running all around, being playful. They're really cute, but I'm having trouble catching one on video or film because they're so fast. The moment they spot us, they take off running. And here we are arriving at Parsons Landing after about a 6-hour hike. And these are the lockers to check for our water supply. We made it to Parsons Landing. We have campground 1. He is resting. And this is our beach for tonight. So I wanted to give a quick tour of Parsons Landing Beach. We're in site number 1 as mentioned. Looking down the beach, it's sunset now, or will be soon. This is site number 1. You can see it's kind of like a enclosed canyon there. We have our picnic bench with a couple gallons of water, some firewood that was dropped off. And there's our fox locker, and we just put up our tent. So I'm gonna get ready to cook dinner now. Hey everyone, welcome to day 6 on the Trans-Catalina Trail, our final day. We're leaving Parsons Landing behind and heading for 2 harbors. We got 7.7 miles to do to finish the trail. Final view looking back at Parsons Landing as we head out the trail. Here's our first view of the other side as we head toward the road. Stopping for a snack break along the road. Thought this would be an appropriate snack on Catalina Island. Have some buffalo jerky. Mile marker 32, Stefan. Little lookout point over here I'm gonna go check out. I'm gonna zoom in and show you two small islands. The first island to look at is called Ship Rock. There's actually a boat nearby so you can kind of compare the size. And just over to the right, that long flat island is called Bird Rock. We are closing in on 2 harbors. Just ahead, some pizza waiting for us to celebrate finishing the hike. Well, Stefan, we did it. Mile marker 38, the end of the Trans-Catalina Trail, and just a half mile. Below us, you can see the beach and 2 harbors. Well done, Stefan. Give me 5. All right. We did it.
Yeah.
All right. End of the trail reward for you, Stefan. And for Daddy. Well, we're back in 2 harbors. Our hike of the Trans-Catalina Trail has sadly come to an end. We completed all 38.5 miles, and I'm especially proud of my 9-year-old Stefan, who did so good on the trail as we dealt with rain, wind, cold, and then heat. He handled everything well and kept on hiking. We saw so much beautiful scenery along the way. So hope you enjoyed joining us for our hike of the Trans-Catalina Trail. See you later, everyone.